Recorded Books presents Fatal Family Ties by S.C. Perkins, narrated by Kate Forbes. Chapter 1. I was angling my taco toward my mouth with the speed of the ravenous when a voice made me nearly fall off my bar stool. "Lucy, you have to help me." My taco hit my cheek instead, and juicy pork carnitas began dribbling down the left side of my face. At the same time, several thinly sliced radishes spilled out of the corn tortilla and back into the woven plastic basket where my second taco lay waiting. A paper napkin appeared, and then another. I snatched them and tried to mop myself up before anything dripped onto my white silk blouse. "You have cilantro on your chin." Another napkin fluttered in front of my face. Removing the offending herb, I finally turned with narrowed eyes and then felt them pop open in surprise. There, sitting next to me at the counter at Big Flaco's Tacos, was Camilla Braithwaite, one of my 3 least favorite former coworkers. "Camilla?" I sputtered. "What are you doing here? How did you even find me?" In answer, she pulled a magazine from her purse and dropped it down on the counter. It landed on the edge of my bowl of queso, sending precarious ripples through the warm, spicy cheese dip. Hastily, I moved the dish away as she jabbed her index finger at the magazine. The cover and several pages had been turned back, so it was open to an article near the middle. Camilla's striking light brown eyes were intense, almost as much as the scent of her perfume. "I took a chance and went to your office, even though it's Saturday. Josephine, she's British, right? She was speaking Italian on the phone when she let me in, but when we talked, she sounded like the Duchess of Cambridge. Anyway, she said you were here. I've come to see you about this." With one more jab of her finger for emphasis, I looked down. The Battle of Just Plain Bull. The inflated life and continued lies of America's last Civil War soldier. Picking up the magazine, I said, "Hey, I saw this headline a few days ago." I flipped to the cover to be sure. Yep, it was Chronology, a national publication put out by one of the biggest and best museums in the country. Known for making articles about history so interesting, they inspired many a social media discussion, and even a few movies. I get the digital version now, but it's on my list of articles to read. Glancing at some of the photos, the history-loving side of me was thrilled. Despite myself, I smiled. Dang my naturally sunny disposition. It came out at the worst times. Camilla didn't return my smile. "So, you haven't read it yet?" "Nope," I said, handing back the magazine with my left hand while picking up my fork with my right to spear some of the fallen carnitas and radishes. Adding a squirt of lime to my forkful, I savored it, wishing Camilla and her flowery perfume would go away so I could enjoy my lunch in peace. I was finishing up a client's genealogy project today, and if I didn't lollygag at Flaco's like I normally did, I could complete it by early afternoon, leaving my Saturday evening open for much better things. Glancing out the taqueria's glass doors, where March had brought sunshine and springtime weather, I felt my spirits lifting at the thought of the romantic plans I had in store for tonight with— "Read it now," Camilla said, interrupting my daydream and turning the article back around. My eyebrows arched. "Please," she added. With a stiff toss of her head, her thick russet-colored hair obediently swished from her collarbone to behind her shoulders. It'd been nearly 4 years since I'd last seen Camilla. Yet during the 16 months I'd worked at the Howland University Library,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?